next news. Breaking news from the White House.
Tonight, Senator Chris Murphy is in full retreat after posting that it was awesome to see Iranian ships breach President Trump's blockade, then trying to wave it away as sarcasm. Sarcasm? While American forces are enforcing pressure on a terror-sponsored regime? While President Trump's holding the line for the United States? This wasn't some late-night joke that landed badly. It was a window into the Democrat mindset. Mock American strength, sneer at Trump's pressure campaign, and hand propaganda wins to our enemies. And when he got caught, Murphy did what Democrats always do: deny, deflect, and hope the internet forgets. So why should you care? Because words from a United States senator don't stay on Twitter. Tehran hears them, our allies hear them, our sailors hear them, and every hostile regime studying President Trump's strategy hears one thing loud and clear: Democrats are still willing to undercut America from inside Washington. That matters because President Trump is using strength the way a commander-in-chief should, cutting off resources, enforcing the blockade, enforcing Iran to react on our terms and not theirs. That kind of leverage saves American lives by raising the cost for the regime and shrinking its room to maneuver. But when a Democrat senator cheers what looks like a breach of that pressure campaign, even as so-called joke, he muddies the message and weakens deterrence. And this is bigger than Murphy. It's a test of whether America speaks with strength under Trump or whether the same old weak-kneed establishment crowd keeps trying to sabotage an America First foreign policy every single step of the way. And while Washington plays games and the media whips up panic on every headline, you need to protect your family like the elites protect themselves. You see, that's why I tell people to look at Noble Gold Investments. Wall Street doesn't lose money on sell-offs, you do. They create the panic, wait for you to dump your position out of fear and scoop it up at a discount. The big banks are not selling their gold. They're buying yours. Every time the headlines scream, regular people sell, and every time regular people sell, the institutions are right there waiting with open hands. You build portfolio insurance for a reason. Don't let a red day hand it over to the people who caused it. Take a look at what Noble Gold Investments is offering right now at nextnewsgold.com. It's linked below, where qualified viewers can also get a free 10th ounce American Gold Eagle. Go to nextnewsgold.com today and protect what you have worked so hard to build. Or call that number 877-646-5347. Tell them Gary Franchi sent you. Now back to the senator who wants America to believe cheering an Iranian breakthrough was just comedy. See, here's the part that Murphy does not want resurfacing tonight. This didn't come out of nowhere. Back in 2022, when Biden was president, Murphy openly argued that the IRGC could come off the terror list and get a deal, calling the designation basically inconsequential because other labels would remain. Think about that. The same senator now caught sounding thrilled about Iran slipping pressure is the same guy who already wanted to go soft on one of the world's most dangerous forces. See, that's not called sarcasm. What that's called is a record. Here is the video that was just published today. Senator Chris Murphy refuses to apologize for calling Iranian ships breaching Trump's blockade awesome. He now claims it was just sarcasm on Twitter. No regret for cheering Americans' enemies.
Twitter's become kind of a cesspool. I probably should give up on sarcasm on Twitter. Obviously, anybody that's seen anything that I have said about Trump's war knows that I think it's bungled, mismanaged, and he should end it as quickly as possible. But sarcasm is not something, I guess, that's allowed on Twitter any longer.
Do you regret the post? Are you planning on taking it down, or are you going to keep it up?
I mean, I guess I just have to be more careful about sarcasm on Twitter.
More careful about sarcasm. He wants to hide behind sarcasm, but the record says plenty. Here's his 2022 remarks, trying to make the case for the Biden administration to delist the IRGC, the terrorist organization responsible for slaughtering 40,000 innocent Iranian protesters in January of 2026. Now he is openly and shamelessly rooting for the IRGC.
Would you take the Iran's Revolutionary Guard off the terror list in order to get a deal?
Yes. I mean, the practical impact of designating them as a foreign terrorist organization is is inconsequential. We have dozens of other terrorist designations on the IRGC that would remain.
This guy. So it wasn't an off-the-cuff tweet. It's a pattern. Lance Gooden lays out how Murphy keeps putting illegal aliens and America's enemies ahead of actual American citizens. This clip is solid gold. Solid gold. He says the quiet part out loud. The people we care about most, the undocumented Americans. Illegal aliens before Americans, the Iranian regime before America. The Chris Murphy way. Listen.
Negotiation didn't have a path to citizenship. It was entirely on their terms in order to get Ukraine funding, right?
Well, I mean, Chris, that's been a failed play for 20 years. So you are right that has been the Democratic strategy for 30 years, maybe. And it has failed to deliver for the people we care about most, the undocumented Americans that are in this country.
Oh, man. That line is solid gold, man. That's all. End it. End it right here. I mean, game over. His point is simple. Murphy's priorities are upside down. Rapid response, just going ballistic on him. You're a loser, Chris. You were literally cheering for the enemy, gleefully regurgitating Iranian propaganda to undermine your own country's interests. It's an insult to the American heroes very effectively enforcing the blockade. Moron. And this is what he posts. Okay, Twitter. I can't believe I need to clarify this, but obviously Trump's bungled mismanagement of this war is not awesome. As I've said a million times here, it's a disaster. He should end the war immediately. My tweet was something called sarcasm. Okay, Chris, sure. See, that's the real story. Chris Murphy was not misunderstood. He was exposed. Exposed as a Democrat who reflexively attacks American strength and treats enemy pressure on the United States like a clever punchline. President Trump is applying maximum pressure because peace comes through dominance, not begging. Trump understands you don't negotiate by broadcasting weakness. You don't stop a terror regime by flattering it. You do not protect American troops by mocking the policy designed to box that regime in. Murphy's post, his excuse, and his history all point to the same direction. When Trump projects force, Democrats instinctively pull for the other side. That's why the public backlash is so fierce. Americans know the difference between dissent and cheering the enemy. So here's the takeaway. President Trump's holding the line. American forces are doing their job. And Chris Murphy, he got caught saying the quiet part out loud. He can call it sarcasm, he can laugh it off, but Americans saw it for what it is. Another Democrat choosing sneers over strength, excuses over loyalty, and weakness over victory. We do not need senators freelancing propaganda for hostile regimes while Trump is restoring deterrence. We need leaders who are on America's side every single time. If you agree, share this report everywhere. Subscribe right now, then sound off in the comments. Should Chris Murphy apologize, yes or no? Also text raw feed to 844-840-4963. That's the number on the screen to beat the algorithm and get direct updates sent straight to your phone from yours truly. And check out the Next News merch shelf below this video. I'm setting off with this message. Under President Trump, America does not apologize for strength, and patriots should never back down from defending it.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.